Someone has been keeping a life-changing secret. A birthday celebration is about to become an emotional earthquake. And before Tyrone Dobbs can even blow out the candles, a complete stranger is about to walk into his life and claim the one title nobody expected to hear. Father. Welcome back to Coronation Street Update. Just when Tyrone believed he finally understood who he was, another forgotten piece of his past suddenly comes crashing into the present. It should have been an ordinary family celebration. A chance to relax with Fizz, enjoy time with Hope and Ruby, and forget about the endless drama that seems to follow the Dobbs family. Instead, it becomes the beginning of a mystery that could change Tyrone forever. The strange behavior starts quietly. Hope and Ruby become unusually secretive. They're glued to Hope's phone, whispering to each other, exchanging nervous smiles before quickly hiding the screen whenever anyone gets close. Cassie notices immediately. Something is happening. Something important. She presses the girls for answers, expecting them to crack under pressure. But they refuse. Instead, they simply smile and insist it's a birthday surprise for Tyrone. Normally that would sound innocent. But in Weatherfield, surprises rarely stay innocent for very long. And that's where the real mystery begins. Elsewhere, Tyrone believes the biggest challenge of his birthday will simply be finding a quiet moment with Fizz. The couple finally settle down together with a bottle of Prosecco, hoping for a peaceful evening away from everyone's problems. For a brief moment, life feels normal. Until that moment is completely destroyed. Cassie suddenly arrives. Not alone. Steve McDonald is with her. And before Tyrone has time to react, Tracy Barlow joins them too. Within seconds, the romantic atmosphere completely disappears. The conversation becomes awkward. The tension becomes impossible to ignore. Because everyone sitting around that table is carrying emotional baggage. Cassie is growing increasingly frustrated. She believes Tracy is deliberately trying to destroy her relationship with Steve. Every glance between Steve and Tracy feels suspicious. Every conversation leaves Cassie wondering whether she's slowly losing the man she's fallen for. She desperately wants reassurance. She receives another harsh reality check. Tyrone doesn't tell Cassie what she wants to hear. Instead, he offers brutally honest advice. If she truly loves Steve, then she'll have to accept that Tracy will always be part of his life. Those words hit harder than anyone expects. Because deep down, Cassie already fears exactly that. But that's only the beginning. Determined to stop living with uncertainty, Cassie decides she's waited long enough. She refuses to let fear control her any longer. In one impulsive, emotionally charged moment, she drops to one knee. Not in a restaurant. Not during some carefully planned romantic evening. But inside the cab office. With her heart racing and everything on the line, Cassie proposes to Steve. For a few seconds, time almost seems to stop. This is the moment she's been building toward. The moment she hopes will finally silence every doubt she's carrying. But life rarely follows the script she imagines. And before long, everything starts falling apart. Steve's reaction isn't the fairy tale ending Cassie had desperately hoped for. Instead of feeling secure, she feels rejected, confused, humiliated. Her confidence begins collapsing under the weight of uncertainty. Then things become even more complicated. Soon afterwards, Cassie spots Steve once again. Only this time, he's helping Tracy with a flower delivery. From a distance, they look comfortable together. Relaxed. Almost happy. Whether there's anything romantic happening or not no longer matters. Because from Cassie's perspective, the damage is already done. Jealousy clouds her judgment. Pain becomes anger. And heartbreak pushes her toward a dangerous decision. Unable to cope with her emotions, Cassie walks away. She heads straight for Chariot Square Hotel. Not looking for answers. Looking for escape. One drink quickly becomes another. Vodka replaces clear thinking. The alcohol dulls the emotional pain. But only temporarily. Then someone catches her attention. A stranger sitting quietly at the bar. Cassie starts talking. Flirting. Laughing. Trying desperately to convince herself she's moved on. Completely unaware that Steve is desperately searching for her. She believes she's taking back control of her life. But viewers can already see disaster approaching. Because emotional decisions made in moments of heartbreak rarely end well. And if Steve walks through that hotel door at exactly the wrong moment, everything could explode. However, while Cassie's relationship hangs by a thread. An entirely different secret is waiting elsewhere. Back at home, Hope and Ruby are still protecting the surprise they've worked so hard to keep hidden. What nobody realizes, not even Tyrone himself, is that this isn't simply a birthday gift. It's an answer to a question that's haunted his entire life. For years Tyrone believed he understood his family history. Then everything changed when he discovered Cassie was actually his biological mother. That revelation alone completely transformed his identity. Now, history is preparing to repeat itself. Only this time, the consequences could be even greater. Hope and Ruby haven't bought him a present. They haven't organized a party. They secretly sent away a DNA sample. Without Tyrone ever knowing. Without asking permission. Without having any idea just how life-changing the results would become. Their search uncovered something nobody expected. Someone. A man. A man who has spent decades completely absent from Tyrone's life. A man who shares his blood. A man who has finally agreed to come to Weatherfield. And as the family gathers together for what they believe is simply another birthday meal, that stranger quietly walks through the bistro doors. No dramatic announcement. No warning. Just one unexpected face standing silently across the room. The girls smile proudly, certain they've given their dad the greatest surprise imaginable. But Tyrone's expression tells a completely different story. Because standing in front of him is the father he's never known. And in that unforgettable moment, one question suddenly becomes impossible to ignore. Is this the beginning of the family Tyrone never had? Or the start of another heartbreaking chapter he'll wish had stayed buried forever?